Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjana and this week I'm going to be showing you how to make a fabulous crispy chili pumpkin. I love those spicy, umami rich flavors of Indo-Chinese food, and this dish pairs so well with an Indo-Chinese meal. So if you're having something like fried rice or Hakka noodles, this is just the perfect partner for those types of dishes. If you're ready, let's begin.
Tap the link in the description box for a full list of ingredients you need to make this recipe. Start by cutting your pumpkin in half. Hold the pumpkin firmly, rock the knife back and forth, and be sure to keep your fingers out of the way. Use a spoon to scoop out all of the seeds. You can roast them for snacking on later. Once your pumpkin has been hollowed out, chop off the end. Now cut your pumpkin into thin wedges. Make sure they are quite thin so that they cook quickly. Now we'll slice lots of peppers. I like to use 3 different colours. When you're chopping vegetables for stir-fried dishes such as this, try to make sure that they're about the same size and shape so that they all cook in relatively the same amount of time. Next up, some spring onions. I like to chop these on the bias or diagonally so that they have lots and lots of surface area. This will ensure our finished dish is super tasty. I like to keep the green parts quite long because they take no time at all to cook and they retain their crunch. Now we'll cut some onions into petals just like this. This is one of my favourite ways of cutting onions for Indian and Indo-Chinese dishes. Separate the petals out and then repeat for another onion. I'm using a white one just for colour contrast, but you can stick to one colour if you like. The last thing we need to chop are our chilies, again on the bias. This is quite a spicy dish, so if you prefer it to be not too spicy, then feel free to reduce the amount of chilies in the recipe. To make our light and crispy batter, we'll first start by mixing together plain flour, some corn flour, also known as cornstarch, baking soda, some salt, white pepper or black pepper, and some ground cinnamon, because cinnamon and pumpkin are the best of flavour friends. Give this a quick whisk. I have some oil here that's heated to 160 degrees Celsius, that's 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's add some ice cold sparkling water to our flour mixture. Give it a brief whisk, but make sure you don't beat it too much. Some lumps are fine. An overbeaten batter can cause the coating to be quite stodgy, and we want to keep this nice, light and crispy. Dip your pumpkin wedges into the batter and then deep fry them until they're golden brown and cooked all the way through. This will take about 4 or 5 minutes. Drain the pumpkin wedges on absorbent kitchen paper and then repeat this step for all of the pumpkin. Depending on the size of your pan, you'll likely need to do this in batches so that you don't overcrowd the pan. Overcrowding can cause the pumpkin to cook unevenly. It is possible to prepare this recipe without deep frying, but not using this specific batter recipe. I recommend you prepare the batter from my halloumi 65 recipe and then either bake or air fry the pumpkin until it's golden on the outside and fully cooked all the way through. To ensure the pumpkin stays nice and crispy, I like to arrange the wedges on a wire rack above a baking sheet and then keep it in a low oven until I'm ready to use it. You can do this up to 60 minutes in advance. Now let's get on with making this gorgeously sticky chili and garlic sauce. Make a corn flour slurry to thicken the sauce by mixing together cold water and corn flour. It's best to get this done beforehand. Once you start the cooking process, you don't want to stop. The wok needs to be super hot, and this means that everything cooks really quickly, so have all your ingredients to hand. Speaking of hot woks, here's mine, and to it I'm going to add some oil. As you can see, it's smoking hot, and this is so important because that is exactly where that smoky restaurant style flavour comes from. Throw in some dried red chilies and lots of garlic. Your fresh green chilies. Now stir fry this for about 20 seconds until the garlic browns very slightly but doesn't burn. Since this is so hot, you'll want to keep it moving all the time. Next we'll add our onions, peppers and half of the spring onions. Stir fry this for about 90 seconds with the wok still cranked up as high as it'll go. Now for some dark soy sauce. You can use light soy sauce as well, but I prefer the colour of dark. Some sweet chilli sauce, a splash of white vinegar, and finally some MSG. Stir this briefly for about 20 seconds until it's all incorporated. I wish you could smell this through your screen because it is heavenly. It's now time to add in our cornflour slurry, and this is going to thicken the sauce so that it becomes shiny and glazy. Not sure if that's a real word, but we'll just go with it. Add a splash of water if you feel like you need to adjust the consistency. Try not to make it too saucy, otherwise the crispy pumpkin will no longer be crispy. Our veggies are still lovely and crunchy at this point, so let's throw in our crispy pumpkin and get on with serving and eating. Don't forget some of your reserved spring onions. Toss the pumpkin into the prepared sauce and serve this immediately. And that's it, your Indo-Chinese Crispy Chilli Pumpkin is ready. It's a celebration of fiery flavours that gets more and more addictive with every single bite.
If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do click that subscribe button. Your support is what keeps the recipes coming, and all I want to do is to share delicious food with you. So please do subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, leave me comments. I love to hear from you, and I will see you next time.